Um, I've been sleeping a lot, which isn't unusual when we get a whole lot of light. How y'all doing? How you handling the energies? This morning, I woke up I laid down, I don't know, 3 o'clock, 3:30 yesterday. Slept till 11:44 last night. Was up until a little after 3 this morning, and I started getting, I had to lay down because I was sitting out here under the stars, grounding, and I literally had a huge bolt of light come into me. And I seen the bolt of light. And I ended up having to go lay down because I felt like I was having a heart attack. And I know that when that comes on, that besides the fact that I actually seen the bolt of light come into me, but um, anytime we get a huge influx of light, and the chest starts hurting, or I feel like I'm having a heart attack, I know it's just us expanding, the flesh expanding, because our natural light body, if you will, you know, is like 7 to 13 feet tall rather than just, 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet. Well, 7 feet is a little, well, it's becoming more normal, I guess. Yeah, how y'all doing? So I went and I laid down, and my whole body came on fire. Literally, you could just tell the light coming in. I get, my whole body goes into sweating, and so I laid there and I just breathed, and so know that with this more light that is coming in today, it's going to bring out more condensed light within. Anything that is not of your highest trajectory timelines right now is really what is going to start really coming up. So ground to ground, ground, drink lots of water, take a rose bath, pamper yourself. The magical aspect of this is you're really going to find another burst of passion. You know, all of these upgrades, all of these changes, all of these waves of energy, you're going to find where it seems that you have been kind of depressed, where you've lost your joy, where you're having a harder time finding the magic in the moment, in the chaos and the turbulence. You're going to find your passion, your joy is going to come back. This is a really good time with Mercury and the influence of it being retrograde and stuff, and you're in a space of just revision, revisiting, yada, 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 yada. You're going to find, if you really start asking what happened to my joy, where did my passion go, you're being born, not reborn, not resurrected, but born. And as you allow that human incarnate that you've been, die that death, and allow your soul to fully settle into your vessel, you're gonna go through a space, if you're not already going through it. How do I live? What do I do? What do I like? What brings me happiness? Because you're brand new. You were not carrying the the human incarnate forward. We're a brand new. We're a brand new race, never before been. And so now, every moment we have the opportunity to build upon that new in ways never before granted to us. This is, and as you build upon this new, allow yourself to dream again, allow yourself to imagine, allow yourself to be whole, complete, brand new, with no stories, no history, no her story, let it all go. And the beauty of it is you're creating without the intentions, if you will, thought consciousness, subliminally con- programmed consciousness, with the hidden intention, if you will, of evil, of chaos, of hurt, of pain, of suffering, of lack. And, like I was mentioning last night, if you can really observe you'll notice your thought consciousness is shifting. You no longer think thoughts, negative thoughts, or anything like that towards things that you used to. And that is a miracle. That is beauty. That is the magic of everything we've journeyed, everything we've done on this journey. And as more and more of that omega consciousness settles into the vessel, this is where you're really gonna feel like you're starting to come alive again in ways that you haven't known for a long time, or what has seemed to be a long time. And you're gonna find, if you observe, you're now coming in more into a space of forming new emotional bonds of loves rather than those emotional attachments. You no longer desire that control over your relationships, over that other person. You're no longer codependent on that other person. You're able to not fear losing that person or that experience. Your whole thought consciousness is changing, and that's magical. That's magical. So if any of you are experiencing, well, many of us are, all of us are, this is, again, this is where the more you allow the old to go and focus on truly your ultimate love story, the more it's going to morph and transform for you in the physical plane. We're morphing out of the reality of good and evil, of that 3D, 4D Metatronic grid, into a plane of existence where the physical, tangible plane has met the above and the below and joined them together. And that's magical, guys. That's truly magical. You're going to find going forward in the next week or so, things are going to, even though they may get intense, they're going to more beauty and more magic. This is a time of creating. This is a time of taking action on that which Twitter pates your heart, that which gives you a heartgasm, that which you never dared to do before. And the more you leap, regardless of that anxiety that something could go wrong, you are supported in so many ways right now. And as long as you take that inspired creative action and be uniquely you, if you want to dance, dance. Set up a dance studio. As long as you leap, the universe will meet you more than halfway. It doesn't matter if you have all of the materials or this, that, whatever you need. The second you leap, my hair's coming out. The second you leap, the universe is going to provide the way. Faith is the truth of the trust you behold. And right now it's all about surrendering to the unknown, because the new, the brand new, has never been before. So it is unknown. And sometimes your greatest miracle, not sometimes, all times, your greatest miracles happen when you leap. When you don't know when, where, why, how, you just leap. Something Twitter pates your heart, and it puts you in a space of being on top of the world before all those doubts come crashing in and telling you every reason why it's not possible. The second you allow yourself to leap into that feeling, the universe will provide the way. The only thing that interferes is your doubts. What if? And how you doing? Joyful Jude Moore? I am having a hard time with the sun. How are you guys doing? I tell you what, I got a whole lot of discomfort in my right shoulder going on. That's the masculine. You're really, and again, observe the magic of this, guys. Truly, this is the death of the ego, the death of that patriarchal masculine, that death of that physical aspect within our bodies. And the the true divine essence, masculine essence, is is embodying and settling into all of us, good, bad, or indifferent. How you doing, Brian? EO, how y'all doing? And that is beautiful because, as much as this whole patriarchal era has been about control, and it's not just about the masculine, as far as masculine beings, it's the masculine essence within all of us. That control, that power, that will, that aggressiveness, that, you know, and truly not only, and strictly my opinion right here, what I'm going to say, so much of on this journey, and this is not judgment, ladies, don't take this that way, but if you observe, again, you know, it's always nice to observe. Claiming our power, standing in our power, has been in a very aggressive way. And that is that false masculine, that false pride within the feminine. No, I've been suppressed for so long, I have to roar, I have to fight, I have to combat, I have to confront. And the beauty of these energies right now, that is truly laying down the swords, laying down um, that false masculine ego within all of us. I tell you what, this is where not only is the true essence of the divine masculine going to come in, this is where that true essence of the divine feminine is going to come in. No more of this, well, no more of any of that old attitude of what the feminine, what our experience is, whether it's been on the journey and healing, standing up in our power, claiming who we are, or the victimization that we've experienced. None of that has been the true nature of who we are. And right now, we, as not only individuals, but we as a collective, a huge collective, masculine and feminine, have the opportunity to truly create in a most powerful, gracious way that true essence of us in every way. And, never before has a whole planet at one time come together and shifted the whole planet. It's never been done before. And we've done that. We've shifted it into a whole new reality, a whole new thought consciousness reality. And regardless if it makes sense or not, that is the most miraculous thing we could have done for ourselves as a whole. And even though, you know, the vessels are tired right now and this, that, and the other, that excitement, that joy, that is really going to take precedence over these feelings of the human lives that we've lived. Hey, somebody say something, because these comments come and go and they disappear and I don't get a chance to read them, please. Brian had said something about him and his wife, but it flashed off before. And so, really, truly, guys, right now, it's just dance in and take action on that which is Twitter pating your heart, that which, is it possible, and don't, the best advice I can give you guys is do not care. If following your heart, Twitter pates your heart, following that seemingly impossible or fantasy, dream, whatever label it want to gives, don't allow anybody's opinion to stop you. Oh, there's somebody, Hot Bumpy. Thank you for commenting so I can see. Brian, my wife and myself have been itching on and off all over our bodies for the past several months. Is this Ascension symptoms or did we catch something? Brian, that is Ascension symptoms. Um, your skin is breathing for your vessel right now. Well, it always does. But why I say right now is as we crystalline the light body, that's where light comes in. And that settles more into being who you are, if you will. The skin is breathing as the upgrades to your organs, to your flesh, if you will, takes place. As it integrates more into light information and expands, your skin is doing the breathing for that. For not only the light body, but for the physical vessel as it conforms, if you will. And so, as your lungs get upgraded, that's your breath. And so, as your skin breathes for your light body and breathes for the physical vessel as it's being upgraded, it releases the toxins just like how you release with your breath. You release carbon dioxide or you urinate, or it's just another way to help release these toxins at the same time as it's taking in new light, it's taking in new air, it's taking in new earth, it's taking in the elements, if you will. And I hope that answered your question. What's really good for the skin is, you guys, as we go through this, is aloe vera. Put coconut oil in your bath water like once every 2 weeks. You don't want to go a lot with the coconut oil because you don't want to clog your pores, too over excessive. But once every 2 weeks, put it in your bath water or rub it all over your body as a moisturizer. And every day, use fresh aloe vera. I get aloe vera leaves and I fillet them. You can go on YouTube. Ew, red ants. You can go on YouTube and learn how to fillet it. And then I blend it and well, because of the smell of it, I'll put eucalyptus, or I'll put tea tree oil or lavender in it. And so I'll keep those comments up there. Thank you. Aloe vera every day. That also helps the age reversal process that your vessels are going in. EO says, have ended contact with my biological father. On one hand, it's really hard, but on the other hand, it feels the right thing as it's finally time to focus on me and my path. And you guys are going to find that when you release or let go of somebody, it doesn't mean that you're kicking them out of your life for the rest of your life. It means that you're taking a step back. You're honoring each other's soul choices rather than the emotional attachments. And right now, everybody is being asked to step back, to really go within and allow this death to take place, and observe that which truly does not give your guys' heart an orgasm. And I mean that literally, because the human aspect can associate the bliss and ecstasy of an orgasm. And that's what you want. That you want that feeling to propel and guide your life. That feeling that is guided by your soul and your spirit within, that intuition. You want the intuition and the heart hand in hand, side by side, in sacred decision making, sacred union in every way. And if you allow your heart, that Twitter painting, to guide you, and your intuition, your heart to leap, and that intuition to guide those steps after your heart leaps, and work together, you're going to find your life is instantly, more rapidly going to start manifesting miracles. Hi, Linda. I was told today by a kinesiologist that she couldn't find my aura. I was quite taken aback. Would love your input. Hey, sweetheart, Tracy, and I can only speak for myself. If a kinesiologist told me that, straight up, I would bless them, I would thank them, and I would move the hell on. Now, guys, I really encourage you. You want your see your aura, you want information on anything, start doing it for yourself. Start communicating with yourself, with your consciousness. Okay, I want to dig deeper into this. I want to learn how to read auras better. I want to learn how to understand this better or this. And you don't need no one or no thing outside of you. Not a kinesiologist, nothing. You're in a space of fully allowing your soul to settle into your vessel. And the more you start relying on your wisdom and your consciousness, guys, the more you start communicating with that consciousness, which is your higher self. Your higher self is no longer outside of you, unless you keep thinking it is. That's why you have to allow the human personality to die, of the human incarnate, because you're a new crystalline race. And the more you rely and you ask and you send your questions, your research to your consciousness, the more you're going to bring that in and you're going to anchor it into your physical vessel. The more you sit there and say, okay, show me, download this information. This is what I want to learn. Show me the direction to go. And you will find that you will be guided to that, to those, whichever it is, and you will no longer run into these situations where you're giving your power away, seeking knowledge outside of you. In other words, I'm trying to think here because I don't do anything without spirit guiding me, literally. If a thought comes into my head, okay, spirit, is this for my highest good? Okay, so, so I'm trying to come up with one. Tracy, can I use you as an example, sweetheart? So say the human aspect wants to know something, right? And you make an appointment with anything or anyone, a kinesiologist, a therapist, whatever. And it, I encourage you before you allow your mind to take over. Okay, team, angel, spirit, creator, father, whatever you call upon, self. Before you go to bed at night, okay, this is what's, I'm curious about this. I want to know more about this. Is this what I need? Because when you allow your spirit to guide you to whom and what you need, rather than just seeing something on Facebook, this, that, and the other, and actually allow, okay, that ad caught my eye, or that post caught my eye. Spirit, is this something I need? And allow it, and if it is, take me to the highest frequency truth that's available. It might not be that which you've seen, but your soul, your spirit will guide you, and the more you do that, the more you're going to find nothing that is for your highest good is going to appear. It's when you allow the human mind to control you rather than your inner guidance. And the more you use that, I'll give you an example. On my trip, my GPS doesn't show rest areas and stuff like that. And so the dogs, when the dogs would need, have to go potty or whatever, they would tell me, and so I would sit there, okay, Scott Command, I need a rest area. The boys need to go to the bathroom. And every time I would say that, it appeared. One would appear in a couple miles. Now, when it wasn't necessary, if you will, there was a couple times, okay, I'm just going to stop to see if I'm getting ready to go into a mountain pass. I don't know how far the next rest area is. I want to make sure the boys, da 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 da. When I would let that doubt come in, I'm telling you, a rest area would not appear for nothing. So the more you surrender to your consciousness, the more it is going to appear. The more you're going to master it. The more you're going to really rely on your consciousness and the wisdom of that consciousness. Because anything you need access to, truly, because we have gone through the Stargate of Ascension, and your full connection to the Omega consciousness that's been veiled, or yourself, is no longer above you, below you, around you. It's settling in you. And the more you rely on that, rather than this outside world, use this outside world now literally as a tool. It's brand new. Remember, you're brand new. And so the more you allow your consciousness, okay, is this something I need? I need information on this. I want to experience this. How do I do this? The more you allow that information to come in from the knowing that is your consciousness, the more you're going to bring it into the vessel, and the more you're going to expand, and the more you're going to be in command of your reality, of what you're creating. The more you're going to master your mastery. And that's magical. That is truly magical. The power of the light, and light, all light is information. That's your consciousness. Light expands. And so the more you can practice and play with it and bring that knowing into you, that wisdom, the more self-reliable you become, self-responsible you become, and the more you step into the frequencies of divine responsibility. And the more you maintain that level frequency of divine responsibility, the more you will bring in for yourself. And that's magical. That's truly magical. That's it, joyful. Dude, that's what you needed. And that's it, guys, truly. Bumpy, I have a fear of something. I'm just sitting with it. Feel fantastic and haven't felt fear in a while. Hey, guys, that's beautiful, Bumpy. You know, something that's really magical too, if you can allow your mind to do it. And it's going to get easier, truly. Your mind isn't going to, the more you let your soul settle in, then your mind isn't going to overwrite like it used to. But what's really magical right now too is that spirit, yourself, is truly wanting the vessel in and of itself to surrender to it. And the more you leap as far as faith in the unseen, the unknown, and command, totally surrender and command in the sense that, okay, Spirit, this is what I need. Thank you for providing it. And literally let all fear go, all worry, all stress go, and practice that. You will find you will have absolutely everything you need. If you can, and you can literally do this with anything. You know, just play with it. You're going to find this, ask and you shall receive, because you're asking yourself. You want proof, you want evidence, you're going to keep yourself in a space of fear. You know, this is where so many people say blind faith. That's blind faith, Linda. That's not good. Or I've had people tell me that, and I've had other people tell me sometimes blind faith is good. Bumpy, I think seeing all this 4D stuff is scaring me. It's just all that stuff, Bumpy, is just showing you a fear to release that you no longer need that to hold on to that baggage, because we're leaving that fear-based reality. And so I would just really, like you said, sitting with the fear, but take it back. Dig deep into it, beautiful, and allow yourselves to feel. Allow you to take it back to how it's attached to distrust and abandonment and rejection. And how really it's a matter of that fear. Everything that's scaring you is really the fear of surrendering, because you don't know if you can trust that surrendering, because up till now you haven't been able to trust your human vessel. It's always led you into trouble, or so you think. So try that, beautiful. See if that don't work. But what I wanted to say was, you're gonna really find that the second you sit there and say, I want to feel spirit. I want the joy, the bliss, the ecstasy, the peace, the happiness back. Allow yourself to be done with journeying to awakening. Allow yourself to be done with that life, that human life, that human incarnate of who you are, or what your name, label is, whatever. The second you start saying and taking command and say, this is what I want. This is what I want to experience. This is what I need. Where has my joy gone? Let's bring it back. Where is my peace? Let's bring it back. And the more, because again, your higher consciousness is settling in now. So now you want your vessel to fully connect to your consciousness. Your consciousness does not know hurt, pain, lack, suffering. Only the human vessel, only the human personality. So before you go to bed, and during the day, I do it all the time. I talk out loud to myself all the time. I find that when my conscious hears it at the same time my subconscious hears it, they like to dance together in more harmony together. And so before you go to bed, I choose to experience this tomorrow when I wake up, whatever words you need to use. And you're going to find the more you surrender to the absolute faith and knowing that you are an embodied creator, with the intention that you only create for the highest good of all. And you put that intent out there, before you go to bed, first thing in the morning, I'm going to have a great day. You literally start mastering your mind. You start mastering your creations. You start mastering your reality. You start mastering your focus and your energy in ways that you have not had access to before. And it's truly magical, guys. It truly is. And the more you guys communicate with your vessel and communicate and rely on your vessel, the consciousness rather, so your vessel can become that consciousness, and you rely solely on this, on your light body, on your consciousness, on yourself, you're going to find all that codependency and all of those types of relationships are going to fade away. They're going to dissolve, because the human personality that were born into is dying. So you can be born as your consciousness again, brand new as a crystalline race. And so as you allow this dying to take place, and at the same time the dying is taking place, you're saying, okay, self, show me you. Bring me your joy, bring me your wisdom, communicate with me, and allow that consciousness to take control of your life in every breath and every moment. As the human aspect falls away, you're going to find life is going to become more heavenly, more blissful, more... Take action on it rather than wait for it to happen. That's mastering your mastery. Take action. Tell... You are the universe, and the universe is you. Tell the universe what you want. Because right now, the universe is trying to materialize and manifest. The more you're anchoring it in. I'm not seeing things differently, Vales. Can't doubt my connection. But why, Vales? What's up with this? Joyful Jude, you're gonna, honey, those veils are falling away. And right now, many of the veils have for us. Me, I'm in a space, literally, I sat outside under the stars last night and I said, Spirit, why do I said, feeling empty is a good thing. But I said, I literally feel I said, I'm not sure. And Spirit says, brand new. Like, kind of like you have amnesia in a way. And I said, well, yeah. Spirit says, congratulations. That's right where you want to be. I said, oh, okay. So why don't I feel? I have no feeling, Spirit. Why? This was just early this morning, guys. I said, why do I have no feeling to nothing? I said, that's kind of scary to me. And Spirit says, because you're brand new. You don't want to have feeling to this that is falling away. You are brand new. I said, but I want to feel again, Spirit. I said, not in a way that we felt as humanity, but I want to feel again. And right after that, that bolt of light just came right into me. And so, Joyful Jude, really, that's the space we're at. You know, in one way it feels like you're fully disconnected, and in another way it feels like you're fully veiled. Well, in a way, you're revealed from the lower frequency timelines of the 3D, 4D matrix Metatronic grid. And, well, liken it to this, where the veils used to be here, now they're under our feet, and we're veiled from, we're becoming veiled, or a better way to say it, our force field is no longer allowing that existence to come up, if you for us anymore, because it's not part of our higher trajectory timeline frequencies. Everything is a frequency. That's great that you're off your Prozac. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You don't need it. And, you know, you go from, when I ask Spirit, why aren't I feeling? I'm not talking about to the human aspect, if you will, in the sense that I can feel, but I don't feel any attachment to hurt or to suffering or to victimization at all anymore. I can't, in its own way, even it just, I'm not even able to respond to it anymore. You know, I get messages or I get this, and it's like, Spirit, telepathically give them the information they need to do. And so if I'm coming to you guys telepathically, that might be why. But you're going to find that's going to be for all of us that are fully ascending to the Omega consciousness, and everything is brand new. And so it's not like the feelings of having to heal and to having to purge, and yeah, those come up too, where you're having to feel that fear and that suffering and that pain. And for some, they're in that space, and that's okay. I'm just saying, for me, I no longer feel that. Before, I could feel the whole collective of pain, of suffering, of this, of that. And I no longer feel that collective, if you will. Now I literally have no feeling towards it. And I communicate with myself, with Spirit, constantly. Okay, Spirit, why am I feeling this? Okay, what's going on? And Spirit says that's right where we want to be. And that's total surrender. That's allowing this human vessel aspect to die at death without dying a physical death. We're not being resurrected. We're not being reborn. We're being born. And the more we focus on that we're born again, rather than the old, and leave these old stories and these old experiences and start seeing anything and everything as brand new, it's going to morph right before your physical eyes in ways that our human can't even imagine. And that is the most beautiful thing in the world. So on that note, it's going to be 100 degrees today. I'm going to go to the water before it gets too much hotter. I love you guys. Have a magical, magical day. And thanks for joining me. This is probably where I'm going to be. I'm not going to be on Facebook much. Spirit's pretty much guiding me to get out of that web. And so this is where I'll be hanging out, guys. Or you can message me on Messenger and I'll get back to you. My website will be up by the end of the week, I'm sure. So I love you guys. Have a great day. Big, 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 big hugs and blessings, and dance. We got this together. Let's dance and build and bring in that which we've built of those Emerald City of Lights. Let's anchor them in. And we do that through our consciousness. Let's dance. I love you guys. Big, big hugs and blessings. Bye now.